Hi everybody, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for March 25th through March 31st. And so we are in Mercury retrograde right now. Are you feeling wonky? Are things breaking down? And the sun just moved into Aries, so our egos are a little bit crazy this week. Egos and tempers are flaring up all around us from not only ourselves, but everybody we know. And we have the full blue sap moon coming next Saturday. So what does that all mean? Well, I'm going to write about that in my blog to save time here, because what I'm going to do today is tell all of you where your sun or rising sign is at the time of the full moon. Let's see what wishes are going to be manifesting. How is this full moon going to affect us? You can find out. But before we do that, I, of course, took my notes. I wanted to talk about why this energy right now with our egos and our tempers and anger is, so affecting us. I know that this past week I have wanted to kill a lot of people, and I just had to keep bringing myself back into me, taking a lot of deep breaths and really keeping myself centered and grounded and reminding myself that this energy that I am in, I've already overcome this, 20, 30 years ago. So I just had to keep being aware, being in the present, being in the now, in order to, skate through this energy. This is the Aries energy. It's full of fire. We also feel this sometimes, but to a lesser degree, when the sun is in Leo and in Sagittarius. It's spring. Things are all beginning around us. This is fertility. This is abundance. We want to get out there. We've been pent up in our homes all winter long, and we just want to go, go, go. But that energy that's coming from the sun, it takes a little bit of integration for our bodies to balance out that go, go, go energy. And a lot of times it will show up as aggression and arrogance. And it's a little bit hard to deal with sometimes. And so it's not only from within yourself, but you have to realize that everybody around you is feeling the same exact way. People are honking at each other in their cars. They're wanting to start fights. And so your only job is to keep yourself grounded, okay? That's all you have to do. But when I was thinking about this earlier this morning, I thought, what is giving us, those feelings that are stirring up our tempers and the egos within us and keeping us from being in the present. And mainly, it's when we're thinking too much about the past, whether it be horrible things that happened to us in the past, or we're romanticizing and thinking about all the wonderful things that happened in our past. I know I've been extremely sentimental ever since Mercury went retrograde. Really, it's kind of like making me very mushy, how sentimental, thinking back at different things. And also, too, what causes us a lot of anxiety during this time is thinking too far ahead into the future. Your best bet is just to stay as present in the right now, this very moment, right now, right now, right now. And just try and stay in what is happening in this present moment. Don't think too much about the past, and don't go too far ahead into the future. And you'll find that you'll start to balance yourself out, and the energies will calm down. So this week I am using two different decks. I've got Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reid, and I have her Enchanted Map, both by her. And if you don't know who Colette Baron Reid is, this is her. You can Google her. She's fantastic. And it was interesting. The card that I pulled for this week, and I wasn't even sure I was going to use it, but I am. It's the Chess Queen, and it's about trust, and it's about strategizing. And then the more I thought about this, I realized how perfect this card is for this week. You know, so we're in the Mercury retrograde, and we're getting ready to come upon a full blue moon, which is a second full moon in 1 month. And I thought, okay, so we're planning and we're plotting, and I keep saying that. I've been talking about preparing. So, because Mercury retrograde was coming, you may not want to start some new things, but this is a great time to strategize. And also, where this trust comes in, this is trusting that God, the universe, your higher self, the divine, whatever it is that you believe in, trusting that what is meant for you is coming your way. Now, just to touch quickly, very quickly, on that same topic, so I pulled 2 cards from the Enchanted Map, and it was Field of Dreams, and that has almost the same exact meaning as that Chess Queen. Is that who that is? And it's about trusting that the abundance and the wishes that you are wanting will be coming your way. And then to wrap it up, this will be coming in right before the full moon, and it's Spark. So right after this full moon, any kind of sluggishness that you've been feeling, any kind of anger and fire energy that you've been feeling, don't worry. It's going to ignite sparks of creativity within all of us. You know, if you've been watching my cards for the past 2 weeks, fertility, new beginnings keep coming up. That also goes with the first day of spring and the sun moving into Aries. So these themes keep playing out, and I can't make this stuff up because I'm pulling and revealing just that quickly. Also, too, why is this weekly wisdom so important? So we are coming up on a full moon. And you've got Aries. The sun in Aries is really screwing with us and our emotions. And now you have Mercury retrograde, which is jumbling our thoughts, our communications, our electronics. So you want to stay uber grounded in your own energy. That's why a lot of breath work is going to be needed this week. If not, last week, you know what it was like. You need to stay completely centered so that those full moon wishes that you're making are good ones. Because if you're in that anger energy, if you're allowing your tempers to get the best of you, that's what you're sending out to the universe. And just remember, your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions are like a boomerang. What you send out is what's going to come back to you. So real quick, I'm going to pull a card from my little black bag. I don't think I did it last week. Yeah, the pups are saying no, I didn't do it. And what do I have? Oh, this is so great. And it's play. And I think that that's wonderful, because if you can get out and go play and have fun, then you are taking your mind off of all of the crap that's going to ruin your full moon wishes. So there you go. Childlike wonder. That's what we need this week. And then the crystals that I'm using with Mercury retrograde, I really love blue lace agate. It's a throat chakra stone. It's also, your ears are connected to your throat. So with communications, which includes not only speaking, but listening, are wonky with Mercury retrograde. You want to use a power stone specifically for that area, which may help enhance not only your communications, but your listening. Of course, with the full moon, I'm going to be using some black moonstone. Now, with the tempers and the anger and everything, I really love lithium quartz. And I don't know if you could see these very well, but these are a must-have, especially when we have fire energy. Now, because we want prosperity, abundance, and joy, I am going to use citrine, and this is a non-heat treated piece of citrine, and therefore it is pure in color. Heat treated citrine is usually like an orangey brown color. It's too dark. It's usually more like a rusty color, and that's how you know it was heat treated. And then of course a lot of people really like fluorite during Mercury retrogrades because it's calming and soothing, and you know, it comes in all different colors. I'm going to go for the green and clear fluorite this week because the green, you want to stay in your heart chakra. That's also why the lithium quartz is really good with that pink color. Pinks and greens this week to help you stay in your heart chakra. All right, so I have a lot of notes, and what I did was I took a snapshot, and I'm going to show it to you right here. Of the chart when the moon is full exact, here at least on the East Coast in Philadelphia time. So what I did, I took a look at the houses that are in the chart, and I'm going to circle them so you can see that. And I wanted to see what sign was in what house at the exact time of the full moon so I could see what was going to affect each of the signs. And so the full moon will be in Libra, and that's all about balance. It's about harmony. It's about love. So this is really, really great. This is why I'm saying by the end of next week, all of this energy is going to shift. Things will start to get better. So let's start with Aries. Aries. The full moon is going to be hitting you in the 11th house, and I should probably put on some glasses. All right, so this is personal liberation. This has to do with your friends, new people coming into your life, but this is also about setting boundaries because you can be very argumentative. The sun is in your own home sign right now, and you know, tempers can be flaring. This is also about moving forward and not creating a battle. Just move forward from those negative situations and move on. Taurus. The full moon is hitting you in the 12th house, and that is about karma. It's about hidden things. It's about dreams. It's about past lives. This is telling me it's time for you to stop hiding, clear up any of that karma, and it's also time for you to enjoy your life. You know, sometimes you keep your pleasures, your material pleasures, so secret, and you're doing yourself a disservice. This is time for you to start living the good life and enjoying yourself. Geminis. The full moon is hitting you in the 1st house, and the 1st house is all about the self. So this is about movement, moving forward also, especially around communications. So you want to pay special attention because Mercury is, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And so this is also about you taking care of the self for a change. Cancers. This is hitting you in your 2nd house, and I have a couple of Cancer friends that are starting some new ventures, and this is wonderful because the 2nd house is all about your personal belongings. It's about money and business, and this is saying this is a great time to start a new business. This full moon is going to shine some great luck upon those Cancers, especially when it comes to starting new business ventures. Leos. The full moon is hitting you in the 3rd house, and that's of siblings and family and relatives. However, I was checking out this information, and it says, but you still want to be focused on yourself. You don't want to focus on your siblings and your family and your relatives. You just want it all to be about you. So this is telling me that it's really time for you to get your ego in check. Otherwise, you're going to experience a lot of challenges this spring. And also, you really need to set some healthy boundaries around your family members because it seems as though they're overstepping their bounds. Virgos, the full moon is hitting you in the 4th house, and this is all about home and your family life and heritage. And what I'm picking up from this is that up until this point you have a sense of lack. You're feeling that a lack in the area of home. So this is telling me it's time for you to make a new nest, Virgos. Either sprucing up your current nest, fixing things that need to be broken, fixing things that are broken, possibly finding a new nest, finding a new home. This is a good time because it's spring cleaning. So if you currently are loving your home or planning on staying there for quite some time, maybe not loving it, put it into a sense and a space of where you can love it again. You know, spring clean, open up all the windows, start throwing away things, you know, bring in some candles and maybe some, you know, colorful throw pillows or flowers or plants, you know, just give it a new freshness about it. And you will be happy once again. Libra. So the full moon is in Libra, and it's going to be in the 5th house. And this is about relationships. This is about children. This is also about your child self. You know, remember that little girl or boy when you were little and, you know, full of wonderment and surprise? This is also about relationships. Happiness will come via other people that you are meeting. However, you do have to improve your relationship to yourself if you want to get serious about creating a relationship, a new relationship. So I think because the full moon is in Libra and it's in the 5th house, that's going to affect all of us. So even if you are not a Libra or a Libra rising, I think we all need to improve our self-relationships, approach things with childlike wonder. Remember that child that's buried deep down inside of you. Go out and play. That was, you know, perfect for this full moon. And I think we could all come out on the other end of this much happier people. Scorpio, the full moon is hitting you in the 6th house, and this is about work, service, and health. And it seems as though you may have been very self-destructive over the past few months. And what I'm picking up from this is that this full moon is going to help you have a sense of acceptance for what is, for who you are. You know, you're perfect just the way you are, but you have to accept that. And you have to stop the self-destructive behavior. So hopefully the moon will help you to do that. Sagittarius, the full moon is in the 7th house, and that is about partnerships and also marriage. However, this is saying to me that your beliefs about these two topics really has to change, and hopefully this full moon is going to have a change in your beliefs, which currently may not be that great when it comes to partnerships and marriage. And this could be business partnerships, but usually it is spouse or love relationship related. Capricorns, so this full moon is hitting you in the 8th house. And this is about change and endings. It's about monies or other people's money. It's time for you to take responsibility, whether you like it or not. You need to make a commitment. This full moon is going to help you make a commitment. It seems as though Capricorns really feel under pressure lately, and you need a more structured, healthy routine to add to your life. So Capricorns, it's time to get it together, okay? Aquarius, the full moon is hitting you in the 9th house. This is about education and travel. And what I was picking up is pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to literal signs, numbers, music on the radio, because an innovative idea is going to come to you after this full moon. It could spark a complete new venture for you that will be uber prosperous. The idea or the sign that you may see, it could be something that is going to send you in the right direction and get you out of the situation that you're currently in, if you are feeling like a caged animal. So really pay attention to the signs. Oh, and when I saw this, sometimes we're so busy listening or looking for these signs that we miss them. And remember, the words silence and listen have the same exact letters in it. So what I find works for me is, obviously being silent and sticking to yourself. And my nose is itching really, really bad. Does that mean I'm getting into a fight? I forget what that superstition is. However, I find that busy work, things that keep me busy, keep me out of trouble. They take my mind off of obsessing about everything else that's going on around me. This is great advice for anybody out there. So, that one card that I pulled months ago, it was called Chop Wood. It's about, doing busy work. Spring cleaning is a great time to, for that busy work that will keep you and keep your mind out of over obsessing about what's going on. And then a bright idea can come to you. And then finally, Pisces, the full moon is hitting you in the 10th house. And that's about status and career. And it's about setting goals. And so what I was picking up is self-destructive habits that a lot of Pisces do. And this full moon really needs to help you cleanse and rid yourself of toxic behaviors or, toxic people and possibly toxic things, addictions like drugs and alcohol and different things like that, that you have just been abusing a little bit too much. So you really need this full moon energy to help you in that area. And so that's all I have for all of you. Now, all of those are for your sun sign and your rising sign. And then, of course, if you are on the cusp, you can listen to both of those signs. Happy full moon to everybody. And just stay present and stay in the now. And we will get through this Mercury retrograde. Until next week, I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching me. Have a great week. Bye.